Of course, viewer discretion is advised. I do want to put that out there. But we are seeing Cassie not only answer the questions from the prosecution team, but also really trying to describe to the jury how she felt and when she felt in this relationship. And she said, but Ventura said she loved Combs very much and wanted to make him happy. So again, a prosecution really setting the scene for jurors and really is just going about the early stages of the relationship and how Diddy would want these so-called freak-offs, this voyeurism lifestyle, and really the beginning of this swinging lifestyle between the two. We are going to wait for more key details coming up next.
But that's what I was trying to tell motherfuckers. Like, y'all keep saying, oh, she should have left early. And yes, she should have. Oh, why didn't she? And yes, she dead ass should have got her ass up out of there. But you gotta think, a 22-year-old in love. Y'all motherfuckers is in y'all 30s in love and fucking up. You see what I'm saying? So imagine a 22-year-old before y'all want to be judging this girl. Just imagine. Fox News, a real nigga got it to her. Hold on. Now I'm starting to think the feds don't got much because y'all just started this and y'all just automatically throw Cassie out there. You get what I'm saying? Like usually they hold on to their star witness. Y'all just threw her out there. Oh, you know what? She is pregnant. So maybe they trying to hurry up before the baby drop. You know what? Okay, I get it, feds. I get it. I still think y'all ain't got shit. I ain't gonna hold you. That's what I think. But trust me, Diddy's a piece of shit. Yes, he's an absolute piece of shit. We seen what he did in the video. But beyond that, I just don't think they got shit as of now.
To be with you on this journey of the Diddy trial.
Hey,
We are just on
Mike.
day 2 and it is already
How you be like, hey, Mike?
explosive. We do have Cassie on the stand right now, and she is really setting up the scene, really talking about her early relationship
Oh, so she basically saying the same exact thing that was in the lawsuit. All right, go.
years with Diddy and how she felt like she had no say within the relationship, and also talking about how she felt that Diddy was charming one day and then absolutely physically violent the other. And she felt if she said no to him on any ask of these so-called freak-offs, that he would go ballistic on her. And she already described some of the ways that she alleges this abuse took place, that he would drag her to the ground, stomp on her, kick her,
So exactly what we seen in the video. Oh, okay.
drag her, pull her, and continue to berate her for not being and participating in a freak off where he wanted to watch. He was into this voyeurism. He wanted to introduce
Diddy, you sick motherfucker. I'm sorry, I just had to say that.
her into the swinger lifestyle. Remember, early on, she was just 22 years old, so she felt like she was just trying to get her career footing in place. She was in this relationship with this highly successful.
Okay, listen, let me just say to all my youngins out there, if you want to get your career started, it don't involve freak offs. You know what I'm saying? Get at the How To with TT playlist. Shit, you can even do OF and at your own will, at your own pace. And you don't gotta involve no freak offs. It could just be you and your shorty. You know what I'm saying? But I say that to say, don't ever feel like you have to do a freak off for your career to kick off. Absolutely not. You know what I mean? Your talent speaks for itself. So I just thought y'all should know that.
Successful
TT, we knew that already. Just
entertainer who had years of success and wanted to continue in on that success for her own life, but it came at the hands, what she says is physical abuse and also sexual abuse as well. We're also getting some other key updates here on Live Now from
look at somebody landlord taking them to court.
Fox. After touching on the violence and freak-offs that are central to the federal charges, Assistant U.S. Attorney Emily Johnson returned to eliciting biographical and historical information about Cassie, including when she first signed to Bad Boy Records in early 2006. She said her interactions with Combs, who owned the label, were platonic at first, but then he kissed her during her 21st birthday trip to Las Vegas in the bathroom of his hotel suite. I was just really confused at the time, she said, and very young. So again, now they are going
I agree. 21 is young. Come on, let's agree there.
back just onto a little bit more of the personal side of things for Cassie, learning a little bit more about the relationship as well. We are following it for you every step of the way on Live Now from Fox.
That's crazy. Yo, Diddy, you sick fuck. He was plotting on her since the moment he saw her. You know what I mean? Like she said, she was wait. Oh, their relationship started at 22, but he first kissed her at 21. So he probably did meet her at 19. You sick fuck. That's sick, bro. Because not only, and I probably thinking, oh, TT 19 is legal. Yes, that's not what make him sick. But knowing that she was young, desperate, and really wanted her career to kick off, and you took that to your advantage, that's some sick, twisted shit, yo.
These altercations that happened. Remember, just yesterday and even today, the male escort who was on the stand talked about physical violence that he heard of Diddy doing to Cassie. No doubt that is going to be questions to corroborate his testimony there on the stand. So, prosecution is really going to ask some of the questions about that incident when that male escort in question was there in that room, talking about were you naked when you went into his arms and fleed Diddy from that other room. Diddy comes out, remember, according to the male escort, and talks about, okay, are you guys ready to perform more sex? And then
After she just got her ass
they
beat.
began to talk more, and then those sexual encounters did happen once again, all while Diddy would be in the corner of the room, sometimes filming, sometimes masturbating to the sexual graphic nature of these escapades that would happen on the bed, and where Cassie alleges that Diddy would direct them what to do next. That even came according to the male escort as well. So we are continuing to provide you these updates
Yo,
all in.
on some real life shit though, I'm starting to feel like they're just humiliating Diddy. Like, granted, he fucked Diddy. He fucked Diddy. Diddy fucked Diddy. Well, Diddy did fuck Diddy. He fucked himself right now. But no, look, follow me. I'm starting to feel like this is just one big embarrassment. Like, they don't really got shit. Because everything they're talking about, we already know. He's a freaky ass nigga. He was fucking feeding motherfuckers drugs, but he didn't force them, but he offered them. We know that. These are all things that we know. Show us where this man broke the law. That's what we want to know. Show us the trafficking shit. Because as of right now, we already know Diddy's a freaky ass abusive nigga. He needs help. He needs therapy. But show us where he broke the law. Because now y'all getting me and my niggas tight. We all getting upset right now. We all getting upset right now.
Real time here on Live Now from Fox. More coming in just moments. I do want to take you back out to outside of the courthouse where we await more key information.
I need to see more, bro. Cause it's not looking good for Cassie in the year. It's not looking.
Where they talk about music projects and albums. When Assistant U.S. Attorney Emily Johnson asked what else happened at hotels, Cassie took a deep breath and said she was introduced to the idea of oral sex at the hotels. Cassie also noted that Combs is 17 years older than her and that she was sexually inexperienced when they first got together. She said she eventually had sex with Combs on a boat during a trip to Miami. She said she had wine in the afternoon, and then Combs introduced her to ecstasy for the first time. After that, she said she felt closer to the rapper and producer, started spending more time with him, and thought at the time that they were in a monogamous relationship. In hindsight, she said she knows that wasn't the case. Asked why, she responded, Sean Combs had many girlfriends. So again, we are getting just more information about this lifestyle that Diddy had, where she says that he had many girlfriends.
But this is the thing. We already know all of this shit. Y'all niggas ain't saying shit that niggas ain't reading the lawsuit. What did he do to break the law? You see? You're wasting our time.
At the time, but still felt that he was pursuing her in a monogamous way at times because they were spending more times together. Also, as she mentioned, that during their hotel stays, they talk about the music industry, talk about music videos and making music, but also he would want her to perform oral sex on him as well. She also described herself as being inexperienced in sexual nature at times as well, as he had 17 years of age on her. So again, these are just some of these early moments that we are getting. Remember, they started off with the freak-offs, talking a little bit more about that, but now we are getting more into the relationship, how it started, what it was like to date Diddy, and how she felt that there was multiple girlfriends that he had at any point in the relationship. So again, wait for more holes to try to be dug by the defense once they get into the cross-examination.
Yeah, then I.
And talked about sometime during these allegations. So again, waiting for more key details here, everyone. We are continuing to update you in real time as more details are coming out in these wild escapades of Diddy and Cassie. Again, just moments ago, after Sean Combs kissed her at her 21st birthday party in Las Vegas, Cassie testified that he would invite her to meetings in hotel rooms in New York. She said she felt nervous but excitement at the same time. We're going to talk about music, or we're going to talk about what's next, Ventura recalled thinking. Over this period of time, Combs introduced her to oral sex. Ventura said, he just kind of made me feel crazy for not reciprocating. After he performed it on her for the first time, she recounted.
Girl.
She said she was completely sexually
What the fuck? Like, is this supposed to help the case? Is this supposed to help them win? Because this all sounds like she willingly wanted to do this. Let me shut up before y'all start trying to cancel me. But this is just how I feel.
Inexperienced at that time and was in a relationship with another person here. So again, we are providing you these details as they are coming in. We know that they are, again, very sexually natured, very sexually charged. So viewer discretion is advised at times right now. The numerous photographs included a photograph of the boat in Miami. Cassie testifying right now. That prosecution introduced photos of her and Combs at events in the mid 2000s. The numerous photographs included a photograph of the boat in Miami. Another photograph depicted the fledgling couple at a strip club in New York on Halloween in 2000.
This all sound like a lit ass lifestyle. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I don't be sucking no wee wee and all that, but the women that do, this don't sound lit. This don't sound horrible, right? This sound nice. This sound like, ooh yeah, I'ma stay for a little while. And then when niggas start putting his hands on you, you fucking get the fuck up out of there. Right? That's what you would do.
7. Shortly after the trip to Miami, another picture showed them in the back of a car at the beginning of their relationship, Combs' arms wrapped around her. I was just enamored by him, she said. We were just having a good time. It was really fun at this point, she said. Cassie noted that early on in the relationship, they weren't public about it. She said Combs had expressed concerns about perceptions, given that his company was also producing her music. And it can also maybe come out from the prosecution in a little bit that maybe he didn't want to go public about it either because he was in multiple relationships as well there. So again, we are waiting on major updates. Cassie on the stand, really dialing back now and going back into the history of the relationship.
All the shit that we already knew.
And we'll continue to talk about that really in nature right now. I want to just go back for our viewers just joining us here on the Live Now from Fox. It's always great to have you here as we update you all in real time. It looks like we are getting another update from a court reporter inside and saying at times in her testimony, Cassie has rested her hands on her pregnant belly, particularly
Y'all stressing that baby out. Both babies.
emotional points. She has dabbed her eyes with a tissue. So it is getting emotional now inside of the courtroom. And again, we are waiting for more of these major updates. But Cassie now really detailing the early parts of the relationship. Said she first had sex with Sean Combs on a boat in Miami, and then after that, more encounters would happen at hotel rooms. Yeah. Everyone right now is focused on Cassie, the star witness from the prosecution. And let me just give you a little bit of insight of why the prosecution is dialing it back right now, talking about the early stages of this relationship. First, they don't want to go heavy right now and ask some hard hitting questions and really some graphic natured questions to Cassie. They want to ease her into this process. Remember, she is nervous right now. She is on the stand. She is pregnant with her third child, and it's, let's face it, it's very awkward at this moment for her to talk about this sexual nature. Also, it could be embarrassing for her as well if she's a very private person. Having this all out there, of course, is now troubling for her. But again, let's talk about the dialing back, not just to ease her into this, but really give the jury a sense of who she is.
Yeah, because not for nothing, we don't know much about Cassie. It's like we heard that one song and Diddy just snatched her ass up. We don't know what's her zodiac sign outside of Google, you know what I mean? What she like, what she don't like. Where is she even from? We know nothing. How they just gonna start off with the freak off? Don't they usually be like, so where you from? No? I don't know. This is the feds though. The feds trying to wrap this up.
As a person. They want to paint her as not someone who was in the swinger lifestyle before she met Diddy. They want to paint her as someone who entered into a swinger lifestyle when she became comfortable with Diddy and was in a relationship with Diddy. And they're also talking about how she felt pressured that if she didn't go into this swinger lifestyle with Diddy, that it would be detrimental to not only her career, but maybe detrimental to her physical well being. Talking about how there's physical violence in the relationship, mental abuse as well. So, this is all being very carefully calculated by the prosecution to set this up.
Yeah, cause now it's taking a turn. I shut my ass up. Like what they mean? She felt like she couldn't get up out of there, type shit.
Remember, defense right now, they just have to listen to this direct testimony from Cassie, but they are taking notes. Believe me, they are taking notes during this time, trying to find some holes which they could attack during the cross examination when that does happen here. So, again, we're waiting on more updates for you here on Live Now from Fox again. As Cassie is recounting the early stages in this lifestyle with Diddy. And I'm just waiting for more updates from the court right now to really, as they describe these early stages for Diddy and Cassie. Cassie traced the beginning of her romantic relationship with Sean Combs to a trip the pair took back in Miami a few months after her 21st birthday. It was the first time that they had sex, Ventura said.
Saying a bunch of shit we already know.
The first time she initially, and in 10 moments, I will be going to some of the coverage from Fox 5 New York as Cassie is on the stand right now describing the relationship with Diddy early on when they first became what she thought was a couple. And it turned out that was the case, but it had to be in private. She felt that Diddy said because she was on his record label, he didn't want to have the perception that he was doing favors or getting favors because she was part of his label. Also, she said that he had many different girlfriends at the time as well. So, prosecution putting that out there just in case the defense tried to poke a hole. They remember, prosecution always wants to get the details out by them introducing it. They never want to have the defense maybe do a surprise say to Cassie, saying, you do realize that Sean Combs just wasn't in a relationship with you, that he had multiple partners, and maybe that you were just friends instead of a romantic relationship. So they want to put that out there so the defense can't poke those holes at that. So again, yeah, worldwide for you on Live Now from Fox as we continue to describe the latest updates coming from this trial as Cassie is on the stand. Prosecutors continue to ask a direct testimony, and we're bringing you these updates all in real time on Live Now from Fox. Thanks again for joining us.
That poor baby.
Coverage. So we want to use Fox 5 New York when we're able to, use the reporters we can when they're not busy being inside of that courtroom. But thank you again for being with us, continuing to engage with us on our YouTube stream, asking some questions via X to me on Twitter. So that is always very appreciative as well. You can follow me on X at Page Live Now, where the details will continue to roll in. You could ask me questions, engage with me there as well. But again, if you're just joining
No, nigga, snooze fest, boring.
us here, Cassie is on the stand, and we are bringing you this coverage worldwide, and we're waiting on more. Describing the tasks as busy work and just control over what I was doing every minute of the day. When Ventura ignored Combs, he would call constantly and sometimes send a security agent or trusted assistant to her home. It was part of Combs' security staff's job, Ventura said, to keep an eye on her. So
That's some creepy ass shit, Diddy.
Right now, we are continuing to get these updates from inside the court. But as you can see, prosecution is continuing to really try to showcase to the jury how Cassie felt that he was very manipulative, Diddy was, that he was controlling, that he felt that she felt that at any moment that he could snap and go off on her and abuse her. So these are all things that the prosecution is trying to do to try to get ahead of the cross-examination of Diddy's defense members coming through. So again, we got you covered worldwide on Live Now from Fox, bringing you.
Yeah, cause not for nothing, Diddy lawyers. Let me tell you something right now. Diddy lawyers is about to eat Cassie up. I'm telling you right now. Diddy lawyers is about to eat Cassie up. May thoughts and prayers be with her. I'm telling you. They about to violate. They about to wow. You notice she ain't really take that much breaks. Why they asking questions. But when Diddy lawyers get a hold of her, oh, she gonna need all type of breaks.
These updates, and really what the prosecution wants to do is continue to say and really get this out there that Diddy was controlling, that he was manipulative, that he was doing psychological abuse, and so much more. So again, this is going to be pivotal as this case does continue. The jury is hearing it all, of course, but the defense is taking notes and trying to get their questions, how they will do this counter attack on Cassie and try to poke holes in her testimony. That will be coming up later. I'm thinking.
Yo, you know how Diddy lawyers about to give it up. They're about to be like, so your name is Cassie, correct? Okay, so you said you met him at 21. So when did you suck his dick? Now but they do shit like that. Like they go at you, bro. Like I'm telling you, bro.
On another day, not today. I think direct testimony is going to continue for much of the day as well. So we were talking about the early stages of the relationship and really prosecution teeing her up and setting her up to talk about how she felt before she was in the relationship with Diddy, that she felt that she was sexually inexperienced, that Diddy introduced her to many things, including oral sex and more, and how she felt about being in a swinger lifestyle and the use of voyeurism and so much. We are seeing that prosecution wants to
What the fuck is voyeurism? Before y'all go cutting my ass, if I don't know something to ask questions, you're what the fuck? Drop a comment, let me know.
establish that before Cassie was with Diddy, that she was pretty inexperienced. They don't want to have any thoughts of the jury thinking that maybe Cassie came in with a similar lifestyle to Diddy or similar sexual experience. The prosecution wants to eliminate that thought almost immediately while guiding through this very serious and very expressive nature of sexual experiences that we are seeing from Diddy and talking about the relationship as well. So we'll continue to follow it for you here on Live Now from Fox, continuing to wait for more.
Man, that shit sound like Cassie was having the time of her life, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, gang. I ain't gonna hold you. Not, I ain't saying in the video when she was getting her ass beat, she was having the time of her life. No, that's the part of the roller coaster motherfuckers don't like, to come down. But when shit is up here, you chilling and you ain't tripping. You can't pick it. And I'm not saying that what he did was right in that video, but at the same time, you stay. This is not a good case. No, would I ever want to shake Diddy's hand? Absolutely not. Would I ever want to be around that man? Fuck no. Do I think he's a weirdo? Absolutely. Was he wrong for putting his hands on that woman? Absolutely. But did he break the law? I'm still waiting for them to prove that shit. I ain't gonna hold you, gang.
Key updates. Looks like I got another one here. Let's read this to you. Cassie is testifying now that she was insanely jealous at the beginning of her relationship with Combs. Jealousy was cited during opening statements that yesterday as a source of much of what occurred between Combs and Cassie. Assistant U.S. Attorney Emily Johnson elicited from Cassie that she and Combs were seeing other people at times. In the beginning, Cassie said she was insanely jealous. She said that resulted from being super young. I didn't get that he was him, as he would say, I'm Puff Daddy. Puff Daddy has many rules, likes the company of women, she recalled. She said that as times passed, she came to believe more often than not that they were in a monogamous relationship. He expected that of me, so I assumed it was the same. She said Combs told her, I'm not dealing with anyone else. It's just us.
Cat. So when did she meet Alex Fine though?
This goes in line with the jealousy questioning that is going on right now between the prosecution and Cassie on the stand to really try to nail home for the jurors to show.
Alright, YouTube. So, I gotta roll up a few and the stuff, man. Alright, YouTube. So I gotta roll up a few. So I'ma just rock out with y'all and we gonna sit behind the scenes and just listen. You heard?
The source of much of the conflict between Combs and Cassie. Assistant U.S. Attorney Emily Johnson elicited from Cassie that she and Combs were seeing other people at times. In the beginning, Cassie said she was insanely jealous. She said that resulted from being super young. I didn't get that he was him. As he would say, I'm Puff Daddy. Puff Daddy has many rules, like the company of women, she recalls. She said at the time, as time passed, she came to believe more often than not that they were in a monogamous relationship. He expected that of me, so I assumed it was the same. She said Combs told her, I'm not dealing with anyone else. It's just us. We are now being told more information, including she noted that the rap star paid her rent at apartments close to his residences in New York and later Los Angeles. and had his own set of keys and made a lot of unannounced visits. Cassie said that as a birthday present, Combs rented her a Manhattan apartment a few blocks from where he lived. Another apartment Combs rented for Cassie in Los Angeles was just a 3-minute drive from his home, and he'd sometimes drive a golf cart to get from one residence to the other. Just before the break, Cassie testified the longest freak-off she was involved in lasted for 4 days. The freak-offs became a...
Nah, there's no way. Nah, let me stop lying because I ain't gonna lie, yo. It's certain drugs, bro, that a nigga was tripping off of, gang. I was high. Like, I was up for like 2 days. Now, granted, I wasn't on some freaky dicky shit like how he was on. It probably was just me and one little shorty. But I ain't gonna lie, gang. Yeah, I could see that. But I'm just like, what the fuck? 4 days when you hear it, it kind of just like shocks you, you know?
job, she said, noting that other encounters took anywhere from 36 to 48 hours. The marathon sessions frequently required periods of recovery from dehydration, fatigue, and drug use. And Cassie and Diddy certainly had one that was not what you would describe as normal for a partnership to have. But just because it's not normal doesn't mean he's a sex trafficker, or it doesn't mean that he is engaging in prostitution. They are going to really come in on Cassie and say, why did you
Hey, yo. That was just a crazy choice of words, bro.
perform with these sex workers? Why did you just not say to the person, look, it's not happening with me. I don't know what you've been told, but I am not having sex with you. Why did you not say that to these sex workers? Even if Diddy was telling you, please do not do that. Continue to do these freak offs, or I will beat you, or I will end your career. Why didn't you just get out of the home, call 911, and say everything to the police? That is going to be a lot of the questioning that we are going to be getting from the different amounts of cross examination to Cassie and really other witnesses that prosecutors come on the stand with. Cassie Ventura testified that Sean Combs involved her in freak-offs weekly for a consistent amount of years, from early in their relationship until about 2017 or 2018. She said Combs provided drugs and called all the shots, choreographing everything from her sexual position with escorts.
Yo, this sound like a fucked up lifestyle, son. You waking up in the morning, drugs. You going to bed, drugs. Midday, drugs. Oh, you think that's it? No, there's some pee to go with that drugs too. And when you wake up, here's a mouthful of dick. Like, yo, what the fuck type of lifestyle Diddy was living, bro? Yo, and mind you, and our dumbasses ain't know shit about it. We sitting there just sipping Ciroc and shit, you know what I mean? Looking up to this freaky ass, weird ass nigga. That shit crazy to me.
To the lighting of the room. These performances went on for hours, she said, and even when she wanted to stop, she was scared to. So again, the defense will ask her in the cross examinations, what were you so scared about to say, no, I've had enough?
Yeah, like, were you scared to lose that lavish lifestyle? Were you like, damn? Like, were you in the bathroom thinking, is the pee and all the dick that's being forced in me, is that worth the free apartment that I'm? Were you thinking that? I'm not saying that, but that's what the people want to know.
What would have happened? Why do you feel that Diddy was so controlling like this? And if you didn't stop, what would have happened? Remember, these are all questions. They need to poke holes into the testimony there of Cassie, and that will be coming up a little bit later, maybe as early as tomorrow here. So again, we are providing you these updates as Cassie is now describing to the prosecution and to the jury that she was involved in Freak Out weekly for a consistent amount of years. She felt that this was happening on a weekly basis, that Diddy provided the drugs, the alcohol, the venue, and even the sex workers to do this, and that he called all the shots at all times. So that is another key piece of evidence that we are learning from Cassie on the stand right now. And again, this is always fast moving just because these updates are coming in real time right now, and we want to try to get those to you and really reach out to you at all times. Also in open court, Cassie recalled an incident in which Combs left her during a freak-off at his Los Angeles home to confront a rival record executive, Suge Knight, at Mel's Drive-In, a landmark diner nearby. Combs sprang into
He was gonna confront Suge Knight and do what? Cause Diddy ain't even like that. He ain't even like that.
action after his bodyguard came in and told him
Oh.
of Knight's whereabouts.
He had his bodyguard with him. There it is.
She said. Combs and the bodyguard, dressed in black clothes, grabbed guns from a safe and loaded into an SUV, she said. I was crying, I was screaming, but please don't do anything stupid, Cassie testified. I was really nervous for them. I didn't know what they were going to do. She said, it's like I wasn't even there. Cassie said Combs later returned, but she didn't say if he told her what happened. It's unclear if he ended up encountering Knight at the diner here. So again, more updates coming in real time right now. We're doing our best to stay on top of all of that for you on live.
Shout out Fox.
I was humiliated. Ventura began crying as she recalled feeling good about getting one-on-one time with Sean Combs during the parties, which would last for 2 or 3 days at a time. It was the only time.
It's mad days, bro. Oh, that's the baby mom. That's Justin. That's Justin mom's.
Light voice when telling Diddy maybe she doesn't have to do this.
That's the one that's suing Mary J. Blige.
Amount of freak off right now, or be in this party zone setting with this sexual nature that continues. She felt she had to use that small voice because she did not want him to get really irate and very upset. So these are just major things that we are learning right now from the trial, and we are continuing to bring that to you on Live Now from Fox, always worldwide for you, bringing you these updates just as we get them. Cassie Ventura still on the stand right now, still taking direct questions from the prosecution to be with you and get at life in prison here. Many wondering why she just did not leave. That is going to be the major with no cameras allowed. So this is the next best thing. You get me, right? And you continue,
no, nigga, we tight. We got your ass, nigga.
I get these updates from the court reporters as we bring them to you. But we are now getting into much more graphic and explicit nature of these updates coming from Cassie on the stand, and really the pointed questions as well from the prosecution. We should note that before the lunch hour, Cassie was briefly asked about freak-offs, but really concentrated.
Nah, they focused on the freak-offs.
Cassie recalled an incident in which Combs left her during a freak-off at his Los Angeles home to confront what happened to her music career and the 9 albums that were never released. Cassie said she created hundreds of songs, some of which were released on the internet prior to proper release, and some just didn't see the light of day. Cassie testified that much of her week went toward the freak-offs. Freak-offs became a job where there was no space to do anything else but to recover and just try to feel normal again.
That poor baby.